What is so important that it comes to us every week rather than us going to it? This is lesson 6 on Sabbath rest, in which besides celebrating the Sabbath to commemorate creation, we discover that Sabbath rest is the avenue to bringing balance to us and the universe. Our key text is Leviticus 23, verse 3, the New King James Version, and it says, 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is a Sabbath of solemn rest, a holy convocation. You shall do no work on it. It is a Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. The title for lesson 6 is The Sign That We Belong to God. During World War II, England was expecting an imminent invasion by the German army. Preparations were made to defend the island as much as possible. Extra barricades were installed along the beaches. Since roads would offer the enemy the fastest route to them, blockades were installed at strategic points. Then the English authorities did something strange. To slow down and confuse the enemy, railway signs were removed and road signs were taken down. Although engraved markers on stones and buildings couldn't be taken down, they covered the engraved markers with cement. Signs are important, aren't they? They serve as markers and guides. In the pre-GPS era, everyone used maps and looked for signs to guide them to their destination. Exodus 31, 13, 16, and 17 tell us about signs that marks the connection between us and God. Exodus 31 says, "Speak also to the children of Israel, saying, surely my Sabbaths you shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generation, that you may know that I am the Lord who sanctifies you." And then Exodus 31, 16 and 17 says, "Therefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath to observe the Sabbath throughout their generation as a perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, and on the 7th day he rested and was refreshed." A sign between me and you forever. Does this sign apply to us today? Was this a sign just for the Israelites or the Jews? Just how does it apply to those people who believe in the permanence of God's law? Though these words were spoken specifically to ancient Israel, we who are Christ's are Abraham's seeds and heirs according to the promise, right? Therefore, the Sabbath day remains a sign between God and his people forever. Exodus 31 points out that the Sabbath is a sign of God's eternal covenant between who? His people. This sign helps us to know who we are. It lets us know our origin. It lets us know our creator, our redeemer, and our sanctifier. Since we have a tendency to forget, the Sabbath is like a flag that gets raised every 7 days and functions as something to help us remember. God's Sabbath is a constant reminder of our origin, our liberation, our destiny, and our responsibility to the outcast and the marginalized. In fact, the Sabbath is so important that instead of our coming to it, it comes to us every week without exception. It is an eternal reminder of who we are, who made us, what he is doing for us, and what he will ultimately do for us when he makes the new heavens and the new earth. God invites his people to consider the rhythms that govern the saving relationship between the Creator and Redeemer and his creation. Every week with the authority that comes from God, we are commanded to enter into the rest that we have been freely given in Christ Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the crown. Hebrews 12:2, the New King James Version. In summary, environmental care has become a highly charged political debate in many countries. Sabbath helps us to be good stewards of nature without taking any political agendas. The Sabbath offers us greater opportunity to be of service to others. It fosters the mindset of serving those around us, which includes those in our families, churches, and community. Every Sabbath, we are reminded that all humanity was created by God. And finally, the Sabbath helps us see people through God's eyes. The Sabbath helps us to remember that racial, ethnic, social, economic, and gender differences are insignificant when it comes to being made in God's image and being the object of his love. For there is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, for we are all one in Christ Jesus. And if we be Christ, then we are Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. Galatians 3:28 and 29. So, I am Abraham's seed. This concludes this lesson. Check out our next topic, which focuses on the biblical question of rest. And if you would like to review a copy of the lesson, you can obtain it at ssnet.org, that is ssnet.org. Click on Adult SS and select Weekly Lesson. I thank God for the Sabbath, and may it be a marker in your life to indicate your eternal connection with the Father. Have a blessed Sabbath, and again, remember to check out our next topic as we continue to explore the biblical question of rest.